Welcome back to another fantastic property tour, Rankin family. Today, we are located in Scottsdale, Arizona again, looking at another gorgeous luxury home. And this time we have a model home by David Weekley Homes. Now, starting on the exterior, family, we do have that stucco and stacked stone. Now, what's neat about this one is look at the walkway. Right over here to the left, you do have this outdoor patio. You have the double-sided gas fireplace with the Rasmussen fireballs. And then you have additional seating to take advantage of. You got this massive cactus right here as well. You can't miss that. And then over here to the right, you are going to have your garage. Now, it is operating as a sales office. A lot of times when we see the model homes, that is usually the case. Now, as we continue right here, I love the slope design heading inside of the courtyard. Really neat feature, as you can appreciate. And then we'll go ahead and continue. Look at the Zen immediately whenever you walk here. I love this. So you are going to have an additional patio right over here. You see the corner sliders that you can take advantage of, and then look at the space that you have. Really unique area. I'm so fascinated as we tour these Arizona homes by this particular feature, and I really appreciate that. Now, as I continue right here, I'll pan you upwards. You do have the wood soffit, as you can see. The stucco as well as the stacked stone continues this way, so giving that contemporary look, but still keeping that uniformity with the community. Now, we'll go ahead and continue right here. You do have the covered front porch. You see you have the massive windows on both sides of your iron door. And then of course you got the glass panes, but let's go ahead and get you inside this beautiful property. Okay, so immediately whenever you walk in, you are greeted with this cozy, intimate foyer. I'll pan you upwards. You see the tray ceilings with the gold chandelier hanging down, and again, the wood ceiling. Now I'll turn you around so you can see the front door from the inside, and then we'll go ahead and continue. So extremely open and spacious. We'll walk the perimeter of the property and I'll make sure we don't miss a thing. So now you head down this hallway right over here, and this is going to head to your first bedroom. Look at this. So you see the LED ceiling fan right here. You have a queen size bed, your 2 nightstands on both sides, and look at the breathing room that you have right over here. So you have some floating decor right over here with the flat panel cabinet fronts that we've been getting used to out here. Floating shelving right there. Massive TV here, so it gives you an idea how much space you have. And then of course, you can even have possibly a 75-inch TV. Now you do have some accent walls right here, your egress window, and then look at the space that you still have between the door and then over here to your main area. Lovely. So then you have the massive window overlooking that patio that we had just got done seeing. So you have a ton of space, and then I'll show you this angle, and then we'll go ahead and continue. Beautiful. So you are going to have the separate walk-in closet from the bathroom. You'll see that in just a moment. Extremely spacious, as you can see inside of there. And then we'll head to the ensuite. So far, loving this. We haven't seen a David Weekley on this channel in, gosh, well over a year. So I'm excited to be back in a David Weekley model home. Okay. So in here, you have the chevron pattern tile, as you can see, that's going to be floor to ceiling. You have the matte black shower head right there as well. Extremely spacious. And then I'll turn you around so you can see the vanity. You got that wood cabinet front and drawer fronts, as you can see. You got your sconce right above there, mirror frame, and then you got a medicine cabinet right there. So I love this. You have engineered wood floors inside of here with that oak finish, as you can see. So really neat, but extremely durable at the same time. And then headed to our second bedroom. Okay, so in here, again, queen size bed, your 2 nightstands. Look at the wall-to-wall headboard right there. Let me know what you think about that. We don't see that often. But look at the space that you get. A ton of room in here, depending on how you position the furniture. If you add additional furniture in here, a lot of folks may like that minimalist feel. So really, if that's the case, then this will certainly be adequate for you. But then I'll stand on this angle so you can see the size of the bedroom. Beautiful. Now, this one does have an ensuite as well, as you can see. So we'll see our vanity, quartz countertops, the similar vanity we had just seen in the first bedroom, and the same thing with the sconce. But in here, you have a different shower surround. Okay, but I'm glad they added the shower niche in here. Now in this one, you are going to have the closet bathroom combination. So hopefully you like that. All right, so we've seen the 2 bedrooms right here. And like I said, when I tour these homes, I like to go around the perimeter of the property. I think it just flows well. You know, hopefully you do like it. So let me know your thoughts. Okay, so now right over here, you see they have it staged as a study, but this is a den. You have floating shelving right over here. Perfect placement, as you can see. And then of course, you do have some sliders leading you to a little side patio that you can take advantage of. So you have additional windows right over here, bringing in a ton of natural sunlight, as you can see, even looking at the wood paneling for an accent wall right there. Impressive. And then, like I said, it's been about a year or so since we toured a David Weekley. I did have a compilation video of David Weekley's back in Texas. So you can obviously refer back to that and, you know, get an idea of the builder itself and what kind of product they usually put out. All right, so now family, heading to our primary suite. Look at this. Gorgeous. So I'll pan you upwards. You got the vaulted ceilings with the exposed beams. You'll see that exposed beam theme once we head to the great room. You have a king size bed, your 2 nightstands, and look at the room that you have on both sides. And then of course, that perfect recessed area right there for your dresser. But I'll stand on this angle so you can get this full scope of the room. Gorgeous. So you have this candlelight chandelier hanging down right above your king size bed. I love that. You have the sliding doors leading you to your backyard patio, and just wait till we get to that. So I'll continue around here to our ensuite. Look at this full coffee station that you can take advantage of. You have a coffee system right over there to the left, built in, your picture windows overlooking your backyard oasis. And then you see the glass panes in our cabinet fronts and quartz countertops. Impressive. So now heading to the primary closet. Look at this, family. So you see the glass panes in the cabinet fronts again, your built-in closet island, and then of course your dresser. You still have some additional windows bringing in a ton of natural light, as you can see, and I love the LED strip that they added inside the cabinetry. So a ton of room, as you can see. I love this. Let me know if this is an adequate primary closet. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. But tell me that's not a neat feature with the built-in coffee system. So you have multiple access points, as you can see. We'll continue as if we're walking in for the first time. So I'll go around this corner and continue. For my coffee lovers, you're gonna appreciate that. All right, so now, again, look at this. You got the champagne bronze mirror frame. You got your sconces, your quartz countertops with the gold veins, as you can see, and then the under cabinet lighting. And look at that, multiple access points to your backyard. So you have additional sliders. Look at our oval freestanding tub right here and a massive walk-in shower. So you got his and hers vanities, as you can see. And then of course you see the champagne bronze again. But let's go ahead and open up this walk-in shower. Look at that rain shower head right there. You have a massive built-in bench over here. You see right over here to the left, you got your shower niche again, a ton of space to work with. And then your water closet. So now that is a primary suite. I'm ecstatic about that. And then of course, right here, you can head right back there to your closet. Okay. So again, that was the bedrooms on this side. Let's go ahead and take a look at the great room. So far, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love to hear your feedback. I always mention that throughout the video, just as a reminder. Look at this, family. So as I pan you upwards, you got 12-foot ceilings. You see the exposed beams that I mentioned a little bit earlier. Right over there, look at the floating ceiling design that you have. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'll turn you around right over here to the left and we can see our fireplace. So you have built-in shelving right there to the right, as you can see. You have tiling from floor to ceiling, as you can see as well. And then that modern fireplace. Lovely. So in here, you see that you have 10-foot sliders. Again, the corner sliders that you've seen heading over there to your dining area. We'll get to that in just a moment. I'll get you a close-up on our built-ins. Impressive. So you open the sliding doors up and then have that indoor-outdoor living we talk about quite often. And if that's not enough, you can open up the sliding doors right there to your courtyard. Beautiful. So extremely interactive, open. You can see the family hanging out here. Everyone has that all-inclusive conversations that we talk about. Now, as we head right over here to the kitchen, look at this, family. You got the massive island here, quartz countertops, the waterfall with the vanes, as you can see. You got your pendant lights hanging down, and look how neat that is right there. Beautiful. So right over here to the left, you see our double Thermador ovens. You got your built-in microwave right there. A huge stainless steel refrigerator. We'll see that in just a moment. Right here, you got your 6-burner cooktop. As you can see, you have the splash guard, so you don't have to worry about that. Then you have a griddle as well. And then, of course, the picture windows overlooking. So this is a model home. I know I'm going to get comments about why is there a parking lot right next to it. Don't worry about that. This is for showcase purposes only right now. Wow. So you see the full scope, how huge it is in here. And then I'll open up some of these drawers for you. You'll get a better idea how much storage you get. Even right over here to the right. And then you see that you have custom inset cabinets. And if that's not enough, you have additional stack cabinets right above here with the glass panes inside. Impressive. So let's go ahead and continue right over here. So you have built-ins right over here to the right. You see our beverage fridge or wine fridge. And then you have additional shelving, picture windows, vaulted ceilings. Again, really love how much of a statement that makes as soon as you walk in. But again, look at the walk room. So really just pay attention to each and every room that we're in so you can see the size of it. Really impressive. I love that. And then of course you see the separation between the kitchen and the great room, but you still have that interactive space. Before we do continue, as always, let's open up the refrigerator. Again, Thermador, as you can see, plenty of storage to work with. Probably one of the biggest refrigerators we've seen in quite some time. And then you see our walk-in pantry here. And as I talked about previously, if you wanted to add some additional shelving, you can always do that to increase your storage. All right, so you got a close-up right here on the corner sliders, as you can see. I'll head right over here. And then you have a powder bath. So just off a couple steps from the great room, so your guests can use this. You have a stainless steel mirror frame right there, beautiful, elegant sconces, and then you see the separation between the toilet and the vanity. So straight ahead, again, that is the sales office, but it would be your garage. And then coming in, this is what you would be greeted with. But one of the biggest laundry rooms I've ever seen in my entire life. And look at this. So you got the sets of stackable washer and dryers. You got some additional cabinetry right above there. Your sink overlooking the side yard. You see the shiplap accent wall. And look at the space. So you will never complain about a laundry room. Once you have something like this, you might be ecstatic to fold your clothes. You see you got your folding counter right over here as well. And then some additional cabinetry right here. You got floating shelves on the left side, so you can have the entire family helping you with folding clothes, and you'll be done in 30 seconds to a minute max, right? Really neat. So oftentimes right over here, you see your built-in sink and beverage fridge. This is used as typically, since it is a sales office, there are going to be folks that are operating out of here quite often. They may want to grab a drink and you have that close proximity. So most times this will not be inside of your property unless you custom build it. And of course you got a storage closet right here. This most likely would be your coat closet. And then this will just give you an idea how much space you got. Beautiful. So it looks like we covered ground on the entire property so far. I don't think we missed a thing. Hopefully we didn't. But now let's go ahead and continue to our backyard oasis. Okay. So quite frankly, especially out here in Arizona, this is always the highlight. It's the front, especially the courtyard, and then the backyard. So heading back here, you see that slope design. I'll pan you upwards as you can see. You see that wood soffit right there again. And a ton of space for the indoor, outdoor living. Now, I'll pan you around slowly right here. If you recall, when we walked into the foyer, you did have the additional door leading you right out here. So if you walk in the front door, you only need to take 5-10 steps and you'll head right back out here. Then again, your sliding doors right there in your primary suite. And then we'll continue right here to see our beautiful infinity edge pool. Look at that. So a ton of room out here. You see the turf, which I know you can appreciate, especially being out in Arizona. I'll continue this way and look at our outdoor grill. Beautiful. So you got a massive gas grill right over here, as you can see. And look at the beverage fridge right here as well. Love that. So you have a ton of counter space, as you can see. And then even heading back here, you can see how much space you still have even around this way. So if you wanted to get a tan, this is the perfect spot for you, especially right now. It's only, 97, 98 degrees. And, being from Texas, you'd be dying. But out here, it actually feels fantastic. And then now you have the pool and spa. And if that's not enough, remember, you did have the sliding doors right there inside of your primary bath. So you take a step out here and have your morning coffee or your morning tea. But other than that, family, that was another beautiful luxury home tour. All right, Rankin family, that was it for this beautiful luxury home right here in Scottsdale, Arizona. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this particular model. Is this something you could see yourself living in? Did you like David Weekley? If so, let me know in the comments below. Of course, if you want more information about this home or any home we showcase, reach out to the information in the description. Consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss a tour every single week. And I'll see you folks on the next property tour.